Hello, I'm Ben,
And I'm Jack.
and we're two
And we're two
dumbass.
dumbasses. Synchronized again, baby!
It's like the Olympics in here, synchronized swimming, except it's synchronized
I know,
dumbass
right?
intro.
Exactly. This just so that way the audience is aware we had a second. This is our second take. The first take I burped in the intro and Ben made us restart. Just want that information to be
We
out there.
we may be dumbasses, but we've got to uphold a certain level of professionalism, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the review
I
bra
disagree.
of,
You
of the
know?
podcast. No,
Yeah,
the review bra actually has a podcast, and he broadcasts
that's
it over
impressive.
shortwave radio.
What
It's,
a lad.
it's such a legend, dude. Like I
What
would
a
I
lad.
genuinely, if I had a shortwave radio, would listen to it. Anyway,
Yeah, so
we actually
we're
were
back this week.
we actually were together not too long ago in person.
Yeah, we went out for lunch today.
It was a pretty good
Chill.
trip, and
Yeah, pretty nice.
I couldn't help but notice. Okay, and I was gonna say something about this then, and then I kind of forgot. But we were ordering in line, and you finished ordering. And you went up to me and you were like, "I didn't zone out while ordering this time."
Yeah,
And
absolutely. It was a big moment for
and you
me.
know what
Big
makes this
character moment for me.
so hilarious is that while I was watching you order in line, because I was behind in line. As I was watching you order, I was just thinking to myself, this that you were like failing so bad because she kept asking you what you would want. She's like, "What's your name for the order?" And you're like, Jack." Like,
I was nailing it. I was like Jack.
uh,
I didn't hesitate at all.
no, you added in at least a 2 second before.
Yeah, when I was paying for it, I didn't even blank. I was like, "Yeah, can I have a soda too? Anything else? Can I have a soda too, please?" I give him my gift card that I used to pay for my meal, and then he's like, "I still need $1.26." I give him a 5. He gives me the change. I give him a tip, and I'm out of there, bro. And I was
And
like, "Yes,
th-
yes."
this actually is like one of my topics, and the reason why I started with this is about like socially awkward moments. This is the one that was left over from the
Oh,
last video
classic,
because
classic.
I know that there are some hilarious anecdotes we both have about really
Yes.
not even socially awkward, just awkward moments in general. And most of the case for me, this is socially awkward moments. Not always, but usually because I'm a very socially awkward person and I have trouble talking to people that I don't know very well. And so I was going to share a couple anecdotes and we could kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
But the first one I want to share, and this is just an example. This is a really small and meaningless example, but it's like an example of something that happens to me like all the time and something that I lie awake thinking about at night. Basically, the other day, I was walking down on the trail near our house, down to the lake near our house,
Yes.
and as I was walking, there's this lady, and I could see her walking her dog up the trail as I was walking down it. It was on a hill, and I kind of saw her out of the corner of my eye, and I wasn't paying much attention. And then I started thinking to myself, what's the proper thing to do? Am I supposed to look at her and like smile and say wave or something, or am I supposed to just keep walking and not not look? Like it wasn't like socially awkward because it was like a pretty girl or anything too. No, it was like a 60-year-old lady, right? So that's not the reason why I was socially awkward. It's just because I suck at interacting with people in general. It could be a guy, it could be anyone. It doesn't matter.
I can vouch for that. He's pretty bad.
So I was, thank you. So I was standing there, like walking, and I was trying to think of what I could do. I noticed out of my peripheral vision that she like looked at me and smiled. So I looked at her and I smiled. Except like then I
Oh boy.
then I like stared for like an awkward amount of time, smiling, and then like I don't even know what happened, but like the next moment we had passed, and I was just thinking to myself, "Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I did something so remarkably awful that she thinks I'm an insane person." And it was just like the weirdest situation ever because nothing weird happened, but like except for the stuff that I made weird, if that makes sense. Like it was such a normal interaction, like a meaningless interaction between two people who have never met and would never meet again. That does not even need to matter, and yet I had inflated it to a position where I couldn't even handle it. And stuff like this happens all the time to me because I'm just like I go into a store or a restaurant, and I just like the same thing happens to me unless I'm like completely focused on trying to not be awkward. But do you do anything like that?
I'm always the instigator of the awkward conversation. I'm always the one that makes other people feel awkward. I never feel awkward. I thrive in the awkwardness. All right? I
That's true.
you think the awkwardness is your ally? I was born in it. Raised by it.
So, do you not have any anecdotes of something being really awkward even for you?
No, I have several moments of when I've made things awkward. Like every time I've ever asked out anybody ever, it has never been clean. All right? I've asked out a lesbian, all right? I asked out one of our mutual friends in the middle of the woods.
4 times, 3 times. Wait, was it
Once
three or
the
four?
first time was in the middle of the woods. Let's see here. Let's see here. I don't even need to mention Instagram DMs. Don't
Oh
even need to
God.
mention it.
Oh
The
yeah,
time
that
they the
that
time they said yes, and then I was like, "Oh, what? I didn't think I'd get this far." Um,
there's 3 times they've said yes. Although one of the times they said that their dad wouldn't let you go on a date with them. The other time they stood you
yeah,
up, and the third time it never went anywhere.
yes.
And then what about the time where you? Oh, we've never talked about this. I don't think the time when you used the poetry we made in the poetry video.
Oh my god.
I don't think we've ever talked about this.
So
You tell the
I'm
story.
pretty sure that girl liked me in that time
And you
and
ruined
was
it.
setting me up to be her boyfriend. And
Oh,
her
that makes
because
things so much
she was doing the
worse.
same thing to her current boyfriend.
That makes things so much worse. Oh my god.
So
I
she was
okay. I single-handedly ruined Jack's chances of getting a girlfriend, and I will have to say it's not really my fault, but I'm gonna just pretend like it is here.
it,
Uh,
it's only like 10% your fault, and it's 100% my fault. 90% of it's my fault for listening to you.
Basically, Jack was asking sent me a message. He's like, "I'm thinking about asking out this girl," and I was like, I said in response as a joke. Okay, this was
This
completely as
was
a
about a
joke.
year ago.
Yeah,
This was
yes,
roughly
it
about a
was.
year ago.
I said completely as a
A bit
joke.
longer than
I
that.
was like, you should use the poetry we made for our poetry video, which we had published on Valentine's Day of last year. So it's been less than a year.
I fully understood he was making a joke. I fully understood it,
And he still
but I
did it.
used it anyway.
He sent her the message. It was like, my cock is longing for or is longing for a
My
sucking, uh,
um
something like that. And then I got
oh
my
shit,
dog to
now it's
suck.
coming.
No,
Then I
then I got
said fuck
fuck it
it
and
and
got
got
my
my
dog
dog
to
to
suck
suck it.
it.
Then it stopped coming.
Yeah, he sent that to her. And in addition to saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, I like you, so I wrote you a poem." And she said
And then
no.
she was like, yeah, I would probably say no because I actually like somebody else."
Oh, this hurts so bad just to think about. Like a secondhand embarrassment here.
The worst part is I could have recovered from it, but I didn't see her message till it was too late.
Like, how could you have recovered?
Um, there was one time where because what we would always do is someone who lives in our neighborhood had these dogs, and they were had an ace. She would
Oh,
always
it's
walk
so
them
much
and
worse now.
bring a
The
friend
put
along,
dog in the
and she
poem.
invited me to do it again because that's what she was doing to set me up to be her boyfriend or whatever. And she could have she invited me to do it again. This was like 2 days after, and then I didn't see it until she was like, if she assumed like, all right, if you don't respond by this time, I'll assume you said no. And I responded after, and I was like, I couldn't have gone anyway because I had a dentist appointment at that time. So yeah, then we went and filmed the frisbee golf video.
Yeah.
after I had that
At
dentist appointment.
the same time that she was walking her dog, and you're like, I really hope I don't run into her.
It wasn't the same time, but, like, it could have been. Like, it was, like, an hour after she said she was gonna be
Yeah.
out there. So I was like, it would have been really awkward,
Because you
definitely.
just told her you couldn't.
Yeah. I actually had a dentist appointment, so I wouldn't have been able to. This was after the dentist appointment where we when we when we were doing that filming.
I kind of wish that had happened now. That would have been kind of
It would
hilarious.
have been hilarious.
But not in the moment.
Absolutely. Not in the moment, no, but it would have been hilarious to talk about right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. King of awkwardness over here.
Uh,
I was born in it.
I have
I was not kidding when I said I was born in it.
I have a few more awkward stories though. Like some of my stories that I things that happened to me. I've had some real awkward things happen in my time, usually because I'm an awkward person.
You almost died in an Applebee's. Tell them that story.
That one is
That's
not that
awkward.
awkward. It's just that I was choking on a piece of food. So, I mean, and also I was like 7. But what I really wanted to talk about were two moments that stand out to me as some of the most awkward moments of my life. The first one is not my fault, really. So, I was going on a run because I run, and I had to go to the bathroom. And so, like, really bad. Like, at the point
Oh,
where I
this
was like,
story.
I I can't get to a bathroom. Like, I'm about to crap my pants. And yes, it was number 2 that I had to go. So I was like, I'm about to shit myself. I have to stop right here, right now, and go to the bathroom. So I pulled down my pants, take a crap on the side of the trail because I couldn't have made it another like 5 steps or anything. I am wiping my ass with like these salal leaves, like these just like the leaves that are good for wiping your ass. Believe me, I know I've endured many of these situations. But what makes this one especially bad is that right as I'm finishing up, around the corner come the varsity girl cross country team. Like right then. And like I pull up my pants so quickly. Like there's no way most of them saw anything. But the girl in the lead, I'm pretty sure she did because she just froze and everyone stopped behind her and we just like stared at each other for a bit. And like I just ran the opposite direction, the direction that they were running, but like I ran the opposite way from them and I just sprinted so fast back to the school because I'd run from the school. Like I went so fast, like that was probably my fastest mile time ever. I got back. I immediately put on a hoodie over my clothes, put the hood up, and sat with the robotics kids so that they didn't think they couldn't recognize me. And the entire rest of that day, I was just spent thinking to myself, oh my god, this is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me. Coincidentally, that was also the same day that my grandfather died. So it was really not a good day. And no, that's not a
Oh,
joke. Because
oh,
right after it happened, my dad came to the school to tell me.
oh my god. Oh
Yeah,
god.
it was not a great day. But that is not
Oh.
the most awkward thing that has happened to me. You may be wondering, what could possibly be more awkward than that? Believe me, it gets worse. The only reason that's not super awkward is because I didn't really personally know the people who had seen me that well. Like, when I say, like, I know most of the girls on the varsity team right now, but the people who were there then, like a couple years back, aren't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know them
Because
very
now it's
well.
basically most of our class.
Yeah,
It's mostly just people from our class. But yeah, that was like what, sophomore year?
that was freshman year.
Freshman year, yeah. So yeah, most of them were like juniors and upperclassmen when we
That's
were
over 2 years
freshmen.
ago
So
now.
yeah,
But
we're good.
when I think of the most awkward thing that has happened to me, one moment comes to my mind, okay? And this took place at a birthday party of one of our friends a while back. Basically, this is a mutual friend of me and Jack's who is pretty annoying, no offense to them, but like we kind of have to put up with. I shouldn't have said that because if they're
I
watching
know
this,
exactly
they'll
who
know.
you're talking about
I
now.
doubt that they would watch anything on this channel though. But anyway,
Yeah.
the point is we were both invited to this birthday party and everyone else there we didn't know. And this was like a completely Mormon birthday party. Like everyone there were
Yeah.
Mormons.
Yeah.
So we go there, and immediately I can tell that I'm not going to be having a good time. Like everything there is set up for this girl's birthday party to be exactly how she wants it, which makes sense because it's her birthday party, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But it
Big
is like
17.
it's 16, I think. but it's
Oh
it's
God,
the
yeah.
antithesis of everything like everything I want to experience. So they had set up like this Jeopardy game based around all these topics that this person was interested in. They had like glow in the dark paint and stuff, and there was going to be like dancing or whatever. Okay, whatever. I can deal with that. They had like an air hockey table, so I spent most of the time there just playing air hockey with
Yeah,
you, Jack, and some
yeah.
other people. Anyway,
I already know this story, by the way.
yeah.
All of these stories we've both told, we already know.
So basically, we get through the Jeopardy. It's a bit annoying because all the topics are like the dumbest things ever. It's like Harry Potter themed, or I don't know, like
Superhero.
Disney
I remember
princess
I was
themed.
the only one. I was going nuts because so many of those questions were so easy. Like, what is Aquaman's secret
All I know
identity?
is it's Arthur something. I forgot his last
It's
name.
Arthur Curry. I was
Curry.
going nuts. They were just standing there and they were like, I don't know. I'm like, it's Arthur Curry. I think Aquaman sucked, and I remembered the name.
I don't
All right.
remember the name last name. I remember his first name though.
Yeah,
But
it's
anyway,
Arthur Curry.
the Jeopardy was dumb. One of them was like Disney princess themed, but we got through it. We survived. Then we had to do like glow in the dark paint and stuff that we put all over ourselves and stained all of our clothes. But whatever, it was fine. We got through it. Then we had to do like a group dance, and they broke out some of like those. They
Oh
broke out like the
God.
Cupid shuffle. They broke out the
Yeah. Yeah.
like oh my god, like cha cha, real
Uh,
smooth one, whatever that one's called.
the Macarena. Can't forget about
Oh
the
yeah,
Macarena.
and I think they also did like Cotton Eye Joe. Oh my god.
Probably.
We finally get done with that though, and I'm like, okay, we're free. That was the itinerary for the night. Now I don't have to worry
Slow
about anything.
dancing, bitch.
What?
Slow dancing, bitch.
Yeah, thank you for revealing what was about to come. Basically,
Yeah.
they said I was gonna do like a whole thing where I said it in a better way, but now I'm sad.
Yeah.
Basically, what they were like is like, okay, boys, you go on one side of the room, girls, you go on the other, and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, this is never a good sign. They put
They
the
gave us all. Oh,
wait, no, let me tell the story.
keep going.
Okay, so they put the boys on one side, girls on the other, and then we're all standing there and we're thinking to ourselves, oh shit, this is not going to be good. It's never good when they separate boys and girls.
Never.
They're like, okay, boys, put one of these wristbands around your arm, like a glow stick. So we all got a different colored glow stick.
Probably. We didn't know this was gonna be slow dancing.
Yes, we did not know. So we all got a different glow stick around our wrist, and the girls did the same on the other side, except we couldn't see what was going on over there because it was pitch black in the room.
Yeah.
Then-
the adults had formed a wall.
Then they're like, all right, you find a person with your matching glow stick. That's going to be your dance partner. And immediately everyone's like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. The girls were like,
Not the girls.
The girls were like,
were like-
yeah. And
we were fucking miserable.
yeah,
but-
God. So we're like, okay, whatever. We can deal with this. We can survive. We're old enough and mature enough to just push through with this. And I look to find who has my matching wristband, and it is this person who I shall not name, but it's this person who I had known for a short period of time. And ever since I'd known them, I could tell that they had like a big crush on me, because every time they'd talk to me, they'd always be like giving like hints, like really obvious hints. Like they'd say stuff like, "Oh, my sister."
I had also met this
They're like, "My
person,
sister
yes.
thinks you're so cute," and like, "Oh, my parents say we'd make a good couple," or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it was obvious that this
my-
person had a crush on me, but I didn't
My
have.
brother says his penis is smaller than yours. Like, you just blunt stuff like that.
Yes, that's exactly what she said. But anyway, I didn't have any feelings for her, but at the same time, I didn't want to like say that because she had never told me that she had feelings for me like explicitly. Like it was kind of obvious, but at the same time, I didn't want to be that guy who's like, "Yeah, I don't have feelings for you," and she'd be like, "What? I never have said I did for you either." That would be an awkward situation, and I want to avoid awkward situations. So I put myself in a position where I now had an even more awkward situation. So we're partners, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This isn't gonna. I'm still naive enough to think, okay, this is gonna be fine, whatever. So she's like, all right, what you're supposed to do is you grab my hand with this hand, put your hand around my waist with the other one. I'm like, okay, whatever, do it. We start like stepping around the room to like two-stepping, whatever. We're going, and she's like making small talk with me, and I'm for the most part ignoring the small talk, or not ignoring it, but kind of like small talking back in a way that puts a barrier between any real conversation, but doesn't make you seem like an asshole, if that makes sense. So we're walking around and she's like, "You don't look people in the eyes when you talk, do you?" And I hate when anyone ever fucking says this because I don't like. I'm not good at making eye contact when I speak. It's something I've been trying to do a lot more recently. Like I've been making more eye contact when I speak with people recently, but uh, I do kind of suck at it. And so she said this, and I was like, "Yeah, it's not something I'm good at." And she's like, "Look me in the eyes," and I'm thinking to myself, "You fucking bitch." so, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I stare her in the eyes, like in a purposefully weird way, because like I'm just so done with the shit. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna purposefully make this weird now. So I stare her in the eyes, and then she's like, "You know what? You have good eyes." And I'm like, "Thanks." And she's like, "Did you know I've liked you for a while now?" And I'm like, my head goes into a full spin. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to say here? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is my response supposed to be? Okay, well, I like, sure, I've known that she's liked me for a while. Okay, but like at the same time, like, am I supposed to say, yeah, I like you too, when it's not true? I don't have any feelings for her. Am I supposed to say, I don't have any feelings for you, because that would be really awkward? And my brain is trying to compute all these like outcomes, like I'm fucking Doctor Strange looking through the million infinite possibilities of the universe. And the one future that it comes up with, the one that he comes up with, this Doctor Strange inside my mind, is for me to just say the following words: I know. Yes, I. She's like, "Do you know I like you for a long
Han
time?"
Solo for the win. All right. No, Han Solo said that, and Han Solo is known for being slick. He shot first, and
I
Han Solo's a legend.
I
All
am
right.
I am the anti simp. Okay, she's like, you know, I liked you for a long time, and I'm just like, I know, and
I
just
know.
left it at that. Okay, now this
That
story,
is how you put a girl in her place, guys. All right.
this story is not over yet. Okay,
No, it's not.
you think it's over
It
yet? No,
keeps
it's
going.
not. So
It keeps going.
the rest of the dance was spent awkwardly, mostly in
Yeah, I got a
silence.
person I met only
Uh,
that day, but I've never seen that person ever since then. So it was awkward in the moment, but looking back, it'll be fine now.
so
Like I'll be
yeah,
fine.
so I was just like, okay, we'll just get this dance done with, and then we'll be done, and then I can go home, and then I can fucking never have to worry about this again. We get done with the dance, and they're like, okay, it's time for round two. I'll fucking do it again. And so I'm thinking to myself at this point, I'm like, this is literally the worst fucking chain of events that has ever happened to me. There's no way it can get any worse. But
It got worse.
But
It got worse.
at least I don't have to deal with this girl again, because we all get new partners, and I finally get to not have to dance with her. I'm
They
like,
did
maybe
the
I'll get,
same popsicle stick thing, or
like,
the same.
yeah, like maybe I'll get someone I
Hey,
know. Like maybe I'll
They
get someone I'm fine with
organized
dancing.
it the same way the second time.
Yeah, they did the same thing. Get a new wristband. I look across the room. I see it's so dark I can't see anyone, but I see the fucking blue glowing wristband that matches mine. I'm like, okay. Start walking over there. They come into view, and I realize it's the same person again. I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. This is the worst possible outcome. So I spend another 10 minutes slow dancing with the same person again, talking about who fucking knows what. Okay? And I think for the 5 millionth time this night that it's gonna be over with, that we're done. But we're not done. They're like, it's time for round three. It's time for the third fucking round of the slow dance. Okay, now I got really lucky on this one, I will say, because even though there was a third round, this round
Yeah.
was not the fucking lottery of doom
Yeah.
that the previous
Yeah.
one was.
The girls got to pick.
Yeah, it was a girls pick guys
Yeah.
dance. Okay, so
Also,
I'm like,
mine wasn't that awkward. This was with a person who I have interacted, who I had met before, and who I've
Yeah.
interacted with several times since then. But you know,
I was like, this won't be too bad. The first person
didn't
picked,
create a
the first person
relationship
picked
barrier.
Jack. Jack was picked
Yeah,
first.
I was picked first, baby.
Then we
What
go.
can I say? I'm irresistible.
Yeah, the girls got to draw like popsicle sticks for like the order they got to choose in. So
Yeah.
Jack was picked first. Then we went down the line. The girl who I didn't want to dance with didn't pick me. Thank God. Like if she had picked me, I would have fucking shat myself right then and there, just so I could.
You would have been like, you would have just stormed your ass out of there.
I would have. Okay,
It wouldn't have been a scared shit. It would have been a fuck this shit.
there's like 5 guys or something there, and slowly the number, or like 5 or 7, I think it was like 7. Slowly the number starts
It
dwindling.
was a even number of each.
Slowly the number starts dwindling until I'm the last guy there, and I'm like, wow, okay, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate this. Of course, I'm the last guy chosen. You know, and the girl who got stuck with me was obviously so disappointed. Like she clearly was like upset by the fact that she got stuck with me, of all people, because she had drawn the longest straw or whatever. And yeah, it was not a fun night, but finally got done with that. The girl wasn't actually like that bad. She was pretty nice. Like we just
I
kind of
forget who
talked.
you ended up with. I remember who I ended up with the third time.
It was Lily.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, then we finally get done, and I just immediately get the fuck out of there. Like that has got to be like the worst, one of the worst, not the worst, but one of the most awkward nights of
Now,
my entire life.
Now, a few months later, we had a same birthday party for a different mutual friend, but it was hosted at the same location.
Okay, but this one wasn't like slow dancing or anything.
This one was lip sync battle dancing. Now,
Yeah. That was
one of our parents and then another parent there were the judges. My mom, Ben's dad, and another kid who wasn't there's mom. They were the judges. It was split up into like 4 teams of 4. And this was the activity. It was a lip sync battle. You were given 3 songs. You could choose one of them. My group, I forget our other 2 options, but we decided to go with, I think we had Hooked on a Feeling, Shake It Off, and some other song only I had heard of. And we went with Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. And they had a whole props bin for us to dig through, and my group put me on charge of finding props for the group. I find this crop top that was clearly like a little girl's Halloween costume.
Yeah.
It said USA on it.
It was like a cheer costume.
I bring it over to the group. I'm like, this is perfect for the thing, and then they're like, yes, it is. And and then we're like, who's gonna wear it? Nobody was willing to wear it. But
So
I knew
you know
it
what that means.
So you know what that means. I had to wear it.
You didn't have to. You definitely wanted to the whole time. You wanted to from the beginning, and you know it.
This was like when I realized I was a femboy. All right.
Are you actually a femboy?
I'm close. I flirt with a lot of men.
That doesn't mean you're a femboy. That just means you're gay.
Hey, I like women too.
To be a femboy, you have to dress like a girl all the time.
Yeah.
But this definitely was a femboy moment for you.
It was definitely, yeah.
Now let me tell my story after this. You can tell yours.
Yeah. Ben was also at this party, and he had a similar moment. I decided to wear this. I was the only one willing to wear it. So they decided, because I was the only one willing to wear it, that I was the front row center of attention. We had like 10 minutes to choreograph the entire song.
Yeah, we had such a short amount of time.
We got like the first 10 seconds of the song, and then we were like, all right, just improvise it. And then I was like, yeah, I can improvise. I had no idea what was going on behind me. So eventually we did it. We did it. And I performed it. Mm-hmm. And I was like doing all right. And I was, again, I should probably specify, my mother was one of the judges.
Yeah.
There were several moments throughout the song that there were judges sitting front row, all right? There were several moments throughout my song where I turned my back to the crowd and started shaking my ass.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
and if you look at the video, Ben's dad got a front row seat, and it was all on camera.
Yeah, if you look at the video, though, it's kind of sad because you have nothing there to shake.
yeah. We ended up like apparently like we didn't win because there wasn't enough shaking.
Wait, that's the reason you didn't win?
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
reason
I
we
gotta
didn't
I
win.
gotta interject here and say the best part of his performance was when one of the members
Yeah.
of his group who had been like a
Yes. I was about
backstage
to get to that.
dancer.
Yeah.
Oh, you can say it
Yeah.
then.
There was a moment of the song where, where it slows down and Taylor Swift starts like sort of rapping
This
where
goes down and
she's
out to all
like,
the haters of the world.
there's
Should have been getting down to this
down
sick
sick
beat.
beat. More X-Man, but his new oh, I hit my mic. But his new girlfriend, she's like, oh my god, I'm just gonna shake it to the fella over there with the hella good hair. Once you come on over, baby, we can shake, shake, shake. That let we had discussed before that this dude was like, all right, what should I do when we get to that slower bit? And he was like, hand the mic off to me. I've got this. I was like, okay. So I hand the mic off to him. I'm standing behind him and just, improvising from the back. I have no idea how he's doing. And he's nailing it.
Dude,
All right?
I was watching
He
in the audience, so
he
I
is
could see
nailing the
everything.
crap out of it.
This was the best lip syncing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was
I went and
so
rewatched the
incredible.
video. He was
The
nailing
video
it.
doesn't
The
even do it
only reason
justice.
he should have been the one in the tank top. He was infinitely more qualified than I was.
Yeah, the video doesn't even do it
Infinitely.
justice, dude.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Infinitely. Infinitely. We ended up getting like second out of fourth. Ben's group got fourth because of one guy in the
I
back.
was about to tell this story. Okay,
Yeah.
this was really
Yeah,
bad.
I will fill that in. But
So
yeah, and then we both lost to one other group that shouldn't have won.
no, that
It should have been
wait, which
Ben,
it
and
was it
also
was
I will say Ben's group should not have gotten fourth.
yeah,
All right?
I was gonna get to that. So
Yeah,
Audrey's
the
group won, right?
Yeah,
That one
yeah.
deserved to win. Like they were on point. Like the entire performance was so good.
Because
Like
the group leader, the elected group leader, is
is in
active on
dance
TikTok.
and
Is
like in
active on
dance.
TikTok. Yeah, and is active on TikTok. I know because I follow her.
But like she's the type of person who does theater, like barbershop
Yeah.
quartet, like all the stuff like that. And their thing was on point. Like it was very good. You have to admit.
They had like somehow were able to get 3 minutes of choreography,
The-
even though it wasn't that entertaining. But
It wasn't as entertaining, but like the idea is to perform a good lip sync,
exactly,
and they
exactly.
succeeded the best at that, in my opinion. So I think they should have won.
Yeah,
I think
if we gave the tank top to that other guy in my group, we would have blown the sock.
Oh,
We would
yeah.
have cleaned
100%. And
He
I would have
would've
liked to see him in
cleaned
that crop
house.
top.
Yeah,
I'm not gay, but I mean that would have been
yeah.
kind of awesome.
He's a very attractive.
No,
man.
not
Let's
because
just
he's
put it at
attractive,
that.
just because that would have been like so awesome to witness for the entire song.
Absolutely,
His
yeah,
master.
absolutely, yeah. Also because he's an attractive man. Anyway, you tell your perspective.
Okay.
You tell your POV on this.
So I hear that we're doing this lip sync battle, right? Before I even show up to the event, and I'm like, oh god, whatever. I can deal with
I
this.
should probably mention I knew about this going in because my mom was the judge.
My dad was
She had
also a
leaked it to
judge.
me on she had leaked it to me and I had leaked it to Ben because I wanted to warn him.
So I was like, okay, whatever. What? It doesn't matter. I can deal with this. I've done lip sync battles before, and they're not my thing,
Yeah.
but I can do it. We show up there, we go through whatever the events are until we finally get to the last one, which is the lip sync battle. And I'm in a group with me, this person who begrudgingly had to dance with me, this other person I know from cross country, and this third person I know from cross country, and we're together, two guys, two girls, and we go up to get our song. And like Jack said, we get three choices of songs. I remember one of them was Ice Ice Baby. One of them was Something I Forgot, and the one we ended up choosing was Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen, obviously.
Obviously. Great choice.
And so we went to go to the props bin, and I was trying to find something to get, and all the props were really bad, except for one that stood out to me, and it was a leopard print skirt. And I was like, this could be really good. And one of the people in my group literally looks kind of similar to Carly Rae Jepsen, so I was like, this person should be Carly Rae Jepsen. Put the skirt on, whatever. Then we can get points. Maybe me or the other guy in our group could be like the guy trying to go that Carly Rae Jepsen's like going after or something. So we have like 15 to 20 minutes to practice and practice and choreograph this whole thing. So we're out on the side of the house, like practicing and choreographing it. And at first, this person is like vehemently against being like the center person. So I'm like, okay, And then the other girl also was. So it's like, okay, well now I know that one of either me or the other guy has to be Carly Rae Jepsen. And so I convinced the other guy to be Carly Rae Jepsen, except like he kind of didn't want to do anything. He just kind of wanted to stand up there. Like he was willing to wear the skirt, but he kind of just wanted to stand up there and do nothing. And so I was like, you know what? I got to take this in my own hands. I'm going to be Carly Rae Jepsen. Fuck it. I'm putting on the skirt. So I put on the skirt, and me and this other person choreographed like this whole scene where the person who I wanted originally to be Carly Rae Jepsen was like the boy that I was going after, or something like that. And I was like supposed to like try to chase after her.
Gender revolves.
Yeah, gender reversal.
Gender reversal.
And meanwhile, the other two people, the guy and the other girl, were in the back, supposed to be like background dancers and come in like once or twice during the actual scene. And so we had it kind of all planned out. We go up to perform. We're the first ones to perform, and I thought we did like a pretty good job. Like I'm not the type of guy to get up on stage and dance or lip sync.
Yeah, he nailed the crap out of his part. So did the other lead girl.
Like I did pretty good, I thought.
Yeah,
and
they got absolutely
and I wasn't paying attention to what was happening behind me, obviously, because I'm looking out to the crowd and the person next to me. This is the background dancers. Turns out the people in the back, one of the guys in the back wasn't doing anything. He was just standing there. The guy who was originally going to be Carly Rae Jepsen.
Hand at his chin and do a little smirk or whatever.
I still haven't seen the video and I don't want to see it, but like
I haven't.
I learned after that he did nothing, and I was so pissed because we should have gotten like second or third. Like we would have been in competition with your team. I think first place was solidified, but we would have been competitive with your team, and it would have been like if he had actually danced in the back. And we ended up getting fourth, which was completely undeserved because even with that, we were better than the
even with that
team.
Third place still should have had fourth.
They had like what one did they have again?
I forget what was the first place one. I forget. I remember talking to one of the guys in the first place group.
Yeah.
He was like, listen, once I saw you in that crop top, I knew I had to take my shirt off. So we took his shirt off during this performance.
Which guy was that?
That was Ryan.
Ryan wasn't in the third place group. I think he was in the first place group.
He was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, that went on for a long time. Like we started this podcast talking about socially awkward moments, and we're still talking about it 40 minutes in.
We could get like 7 episodes worth of awkward moments. Now I'm going to stray a bit away from that with my first topic. So I don't know how far people have gotten into this, but however, there is something I fully plan on doing when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I am, as of right now, just to check my sub count, I've decided, people have been like, what are you going to do? Because I've always tried to celebrate something in some way. Right now, I'm at 592 subscribers. What am I going to do when I hit 1,000? I decided this a long time ago, but I'm announcing it here on this podcast. I'm going to host the roast of Out of Context Elliot.
You better invite 1,000 people.
I am going to get every single person I can into my Discord server, and I'm going to set up an event where that's going to be a thing. I'm going to live stream the whole thing. All right. I'm going to be like, look, if you have material then come up on stage. Just come with like 5 minutes worth of material. I'll have a date and time. Come with 5 minutes worth of material. I'm going to get in the event. I'm going to get in the VC. And then whoever I'm just going to encourage all out. Just go all out.
Sounds like a good time.
No mercy.
I'm going to show up. I'm going to be there. I'm going to roast the hell out of you.
Yeah, Yeah, you have like so much dirt, bro. You have so much that you can take advantage of.
I'll write like a full-on stand-up script.
So 1,000 subscribers. However, I will only do that. I will not do anything remotely like that until I hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you want that to happen, go down into the subscribe to Out of Context Elliot on YouTube. I'm cursed. That's sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, one thing I did want to talk about, unless you have more you want to
Yeah,
talk about this with
yeah.
this.
That's. I just wanted to make that announcement.
Okay, nice. And I will definitely be there,
Yeah,
assuming that I am able to be there, whatever time it is.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. It really. It's not happening until I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm like 400 away. So
one thing that might be interesting to discuss is like
yeah.
the future ideas of this channel because we haven't posted like an actual video that's not a
Yeah.
podcast in a long time, and I don't
Yeah.
like have any,
7, almost 8 months.
and I don't really have anything planned like in terms of like a
8 months.
specific video other than that candy one
Yeah.
that which isn't even edited. But no one even said any comments in the previous video
Yeah,
saying they
yeah.
wanted to see it, so there's a good chance that may
Candy
never see
tier
the light of
list
day.
is ready to be edited. The footage is there. We need content. We will probably realistically upload it eventually anyway, instead of
You can
coming up
upload it
with
on
an
the
idea.
if no one says anything, I'll upload it on the 1 year anniversary of the Chips video.
That's fair. That's fair. That's like in March or April, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up. Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, I was gonna say like future ideas of videos for this channel because I like the idea of this channel becoming kind of like our creative outlet for random content that we want to make like in person,
Yes.
And in the
Yeah, I got the
past,
exact date for the Chips video. It's March 29th, 2021.
oh god, that's coming up.
Yeah.
But
Not
anyway,
not for like another month and a half, but yeah.
like in the past, our videos on this channel have just been us doing stupid shit, which is fun to watch, and it will always be a part of this channel if we make more videos in the future like that, which we probably will. I mean, I can't say anything with certainty, seeing as we've abandoned it for like a year, but will probably always be a part of our content is just us doing really stupid shit and like
Oh my
making a
god,
video
I
out of it.
just realized
But
this podcast comes out on Valentine's Day.
it does.
Huh.
But like I was saying,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it would be really interesting for this channel to become a place for us to post like high effort projects between us as well, not just like
Yeah.
low quality content. Like, because last episode we were talking about breaking beans, which obviously was just a stupid concept, right? Like of us,
Hilariously
hilariously dumb
but
concept of us just being like bean
but the
cooks.
passion is there.
But like, imagine if we were to channel that passion into like an actual like high quality movie or something like that. Because I know there was a movie that we were actually thinking about working on that we never got off the ground because we're lazy son of a bitches. Actually, wait, were you? Yeah, you were part of that discussion.
Yeah,
It
I
was
was.
me,
I was very
you,
much there.
and another person. But like, imagine if we were to like make high quality movie content. Like, imagine this summer, right? This summer we can drive. Imagine we
Yeah.
just like load up a van, just drive places, and just like film on location. Just spend like
Yeah.
a week just driving to places and hanging
I'll
out,
have
recording.
I have a job, all about a job, so you
That's
know,
true.
I'll have some money in my account.
Like,
It'll
what
be
if, assuming we had a large amount of money, like I know we don't have a large amount of money, but assuming we had enough money, not like Mr. Beast level of money, but like enough money that we could just like do creative ideas, what would you want to do?
I have no clue. I genuinely have no clue. My channel is more of an outlet to because like I'm basically a sleep streamer now.
Yeah,
I most of, most of my content is this my that's been pulling views is just me sleeping.
yeah, it
It's
is.
yeah. Yeah, I poured some cherry soda in the toilet yesterday. Yeah. Really, because my art style isn't that highly sophisticated editing technique. Shocker. I don't know if you've picked that up, but I don't like to edit my videos. Yeah,
But here's the question: It's
I like
do
them
you
to be
see you
organic
don't
and not
like?
artificial.
Do you
Yeah,
not like the process of editing, or do you not like the result of editing
I don't like the result.
for your own
Yeah,
content or for content in general?
for my own content. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very tough. I will say, I like my content to. It's why I prefer live streaming. not only do I hate the editing process, but I could have been on our school's like video production, advanced video production team, but I chose not to because you know how dumb our school
It is.
announcements
It's
is.
so bad.
I would I know for a fact that I would have been just roped into doing that. I would have
Yeah.
had to just make that. I would not be able to I would not have very much creative control at all. There's a certain technical expectation you have to meet.
Have you ever
And
had the desire to produce like well edited content? Like I know it's not like your thing, right? But have you ever had the desire
yeah,
for like a specific
definitely.
video?
Yeah, I love being a part of well-edited content for sure. I love that's one thing I want. Like every chance I have get if I guarantee you if Dream asked me to, um be featured on one of his new songs, I'd say yes to that.
I would say no.
Yeah, I'd say yeah. Not
You could be
if
on
I
the
wasn't
mask too.
yeah, if I if it instead of like mask, it was about wearing a cup around your dick or something like that. Like
Jock
I
the jock
definitely
strap.
that's what the jock strap that is the jock strap. That is the point of the jock strap. So you can see that I'm fine and you won't see me crying. I just take the hit to the balls. I'm good.
So bad. But like I guess where my question
Yeah.
was mostly focused on was like,
Yeah.
do you ever have a
I
concept for a video that you know is not really like your normal style of video and that you don't really have the ability or drive to produce just because of your audience and the amount of time it would take, but that you kind of want to see a reality?
um yes, very much so. I want to I love videos out there like I don't know if you've heard of this guy, the Russian Badger.
I have not.
He's actually a great content creator. I would recommend. His humor is very middle schooler esque, but I will say he puts a spin on it, and like he puts a spin on it very different. He has like um what's the name of the like a CGI suit, like a mocap suit.
Yeah.
He has a mocap suit that he uses to animate his videos. His like and it's just him showing clips and he displays his
Mm.
friends as characters in mocap suits with gameplay in the background. I'd have to if you've heard of the
I'll look
Russian
it up.
Badger and watched his video, yeah, but that it he does it's very different as opposed to, for example, the Misfits,
Yeah.
where they're just the same deal. I want to make content. I've always been a big fan of content like that.
Like
Also, just high budget like stuff like there is one channel I was
like
thinking of.
you got Twitch streamers like Ludwig or Critical or Germa. And I guess Critical
Yeah.
for him it's most more confined to YouTube. But what they do is they just like they always are trying to do new things where they just
Yeah.
like completely try a new concept. Like for example, you got Ludwig and Critical's game shows that they do on
I mean,
Twitch.
Critical has to
And
because he runs out of content fast.
Critical is always doing like he's on a mission to
Yeah,
complete
he's
every side quest in life.
constantly
Making
yeah.
sausage. He's making a potato cannon. He gets like
Don't even have to mention his dildo
oh
acrobatics.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, do you ever like want to try to branch out and just try random stuff in the field of content creation like that?
Because obviously there is one personal dream of mine. This is how I know I will have made it. I will be successful. I want to be eligible to compete and in an MCC. That is, mm, I would love the crap out of that.
You got to get like over 1 million subs before that happens, though,
Not really. I just gotta.
or be
There are a
friends with
lot of
someone famous.
small people who are active on there.
Hmm.
Like I don't think you've heard of Quig.
Uh, no, I don't think I have.
If you look him up, he's a big MCC guy. He's one of the S tiers. Um, he has 88,000 on YouTube. However, he's more on Twitch.
Yeah.
You may have heard of this guy, Pizza Hut, who got his
Yeah,
start on
obviously I
YouTube.
have.
He only has like 500 something K, but obviously I can't do that at my level.
But they also got
Fruitberries isn't
introduced
even that
because
famous.
they're friends with people who are well
Yeah,
known.
exactly.
Fruitberries has in the millions for subscribers, though. I thought.
Let's look him up. Fruitberries. I think he's only got like a couple hundred. He's again more of a Twitch guy. He's only got 600,000.
Oh wow, that surprises me.
Pretty sure he's got less than Illumina, who's also
Illumina has millions. I know.
no 633.
Wait, actually,
Yeah.
that also surprises me. I thought Illumina had a lot more.
Yeah. And if you look at a guy like let's try Wilbur Soot. He has a lot less than a lot of people realize. He's only at 6 million. Everyone thinks he's at like 10.
I was about to say, if he's not in the millions, I'm gonna be very surprised.
Yeah. Wilbur's obviously, yeah. And then there's see how Connor
just like
Pants.
you gotta conceptualize how much 6 million actually is. Like that is an absurd number of people.
You may have heard of this guy, Connor Eats Pants, very big Twitch streamer. Good friend of Call Me Carson and Jay Schlatt, mostly just Jay Schlatt now for some reason.
Like, imagine if you were to like take everyone in the world. There is a 1 in 1,000 chance that they are subscribed to Wilbur Soot.
Yeah.
If you were to choose a random person from around the world.
Yeah.
Of course, that number is probably slightly skewed because some people are subscribed to multiple of their accounts, but like, just like from pure like the numbers.
Obviously, yeah. Assuming every one of those is a person.
Yeah. But that's like insane. Because you think about someone like I'm not going to use PewDiePie as an example because PewDiePie is subject to lots of duplicate accounts and stuff. But for example, Mr. Beast, like he's at what? Isn't he at like 90 million now?
He's let's look him up. He's close to 100 million.
Yeah.
He is at 90.2 million, yeah.
Yeah, he like that.
He's on the road to surpass PewDiePie, but granted PewDiePie's retired, so
1 out of every like 700 people in this world. Wait, is it 700? Yeah, 1 out of every 700. Wait. My math is off. Yeah, 1 out of every 700 people in this world is subscribed to Mr. Beast.
What about you? What's content you see that... Oh, Epic Rap Battles of History. I'd love to, I'm big fan of that one. If I somehow got an involvement like that, I'd...
Out of Context Elliot versus the Dream SMP.
Like, yeah, if they need... I could play, like, some kid, or... Because they've had kids on that show play, like, because they had a kid do Michael Jackson for the first bit.
All right, what were you gonna say earlier?
Pretty good. Yeah. Now, what about you? What's content you want to make?
This is the thing about me. Like, I wanted to make literally like every type of content. Well, not all types of content, but like, there's so many types of content I've wanted to make. Obviously, the obvious ones are like, just like gameplay, or not like me playing games, like live streaming, like you do, or like the stuff I actually make on my Fractal channel. And I've wanted to make like high quality, well edited documentary type stuff on YouTube that I see some people make. I've wanted to make like literally everything you can imagine, like review videos for movies and stuff like that. I've come up with ideas for.
Oh,
I want to do like animated style, like comedy videos, like you see like Salmonella and people doing that are informative on a topic still. Like, there's all kinds of stuff I've wanted to dabble in. Oh, I've wanted to do like philosophy videos and stuff like that, like you see Xerbia doing.
Yeah.
And for each of these, I actually like have made a YouTube channel that have like not taken off, or not that they haven't taken off, that I haven't done anything with. But there's so much that I want to do, and it's impossible to cast a wide net though, because it requires too much effort to try to invest yourself in all of these different types of content.
Yeah. It's...
But I wanted to try everything.
This actually leads in to my my next topic, that's burnout.
Yeah.
This has been something I've been experiencing these past couple weeks, an insane amount. An insane amount. It's been driving me off the wall. The grind is getting to my head.
Yeah, I mean that happens when you spend too much time working on
I
anything.
am getting stuck in that. Yeah, I'm getting stuck in that phase
I would
where
suggest
I'm eligible to be referred to as a legitimate content creator with a fan base. I'm I'm eligible to be referred to as someone with a fan base because I have a fan base. It's
yeah.
not big, but they're there. I have That's what the community tab represents. It's like that once you hit 500 subscribers, it just makes it you get eligible for a community tab, which is just
Mhm.
that just means that you have a fan that's just a sign of you have a fan base, and that's a method YouTube gives you to communicate with that fan base instead of without needing to upload a video, obviously.
Yeah.
Um and then
It,
there's it's it gets it's brutal.
if
I've been taught I had a video where I got into this on my off script Elliot channel. On Monday I posted a video. Basically, I wanted to talk to my future self. I said it was more of a letter to my future self um about it. I uh I feel like I poured my heart and soul into that 8 minutes. And you know how many views it got?
like 10.
6.
I mean, isn't that your second
It's
channel though?
It is my second channel, yeah, but it's when you put a lot of effort into something like that and it um doesn't pull anything. Like I remember
I mean, it's the
the
same for me with on my fractal channel. Like I only have 2 videos and
yeah,
barely any
yeah.
subscribers, but they don't have any
Remember
views.
the remember the block shuffle challenge?
Yeah.
I only aired a part 1 of that, and I don't think I will ever air a part 2. Because I have
Yeah.
not heard someone I don't remember a time when someone has asked me once, "When is part 2 coming out?"
Have you looked at the comments
Be
of that video?
um, I gotta find it because it was a while ago.
If you want my suggestion from an outsider perspective about possibly how you could avoid
Yeah,
the burnout.
17 views. 17 views, and for some reason comments are off, so
Yeah,
I don't
if you want my opinion from the outside perspective of how to possibly combat this burnout, I could give like the following suggestions. One, like we
stop
mentioned,
posting daily.
yeah, stop posting daily for one. Like I think trying to get yourself on a schedule that is so rigorous is like pretty bad for burnout, especially when it usually doesn't end with better content. It just ends with lower quality daily content.
Oh,
Two,
yeah, I see that all the time, yeah.
but two, I would recommend, like we said, we were talking about earlier, to try diversifying your content. Like instead of getting yourself in a niche where every night you have to do a sleep stream, or you always have to do like Sky Factory streams or
Yeah,
stuff like
that's
that.
the thing with the sleep streams. Like those are getting thousands of views, and all I'm doing is doing this.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
But
saying. Like to avoid
I'm just
burnout,
sleeping. I'm
just
just sleeping. Like, why would I put effort into something I care about when I can just sleep on camera and people will want to watch it?
well, that's what I'm saying. I would suggest not doing many more sleep streams because
And
they
that
clearly,
that also
even though they're growing your channel, right? First off, they're growing it with people who aren't there for your personality or what your channel is really about. But
yeah
secondly, they're just kind of getting you in a position where you have no choice but to keep doing them. And in reality, you should just do whatever you want because that's the purpose of your channel, right? It's just to be yourself and
yeah
do what you
to
want.
put to be myself and do what I want. Exactly.
But
Yeah.
another thing I recommend, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So try, like, whenever I said diversify your content, that doesn't mean like just diversify, like, for example, the games you play. It also means like try different styles of content creation. Like, whenever you upload video, like, all I see on your channel now are like live streams and shorts, which is fine, right? Like obviously you
Mm-hmm.
get you choose what you want to do. I'm not trying to stop you from doing that. But I would suggest like maybe try posting like occasionally like edited videos about something. Like even though I know you said you don't like the editing process or the editing result, like every once in a while just try making a video that's like a slightly different style than what you do. And maybe it doesn't work out and that's fine, but if you enjoy it, maybe every once in a while you keep doing it and it helps you to avoid the burnout.
Yeah, yeah, maybe, but yeah, I definitely am in that phase where it's just at the point where where I'm trying to appeal to my audience. It's
One more thing maybe, and I think this is probably actually the best tip I could offer. I think the best way to avoid burnout is rather than streaming for your audience, stream for yourself. And I think the easiest way to do this is to do streams with friends where it's just like you're just hanging out with friends rather than do streams where it's just you talking to the camera and the audience. Like you could like you could do those obviously, but like every once in a while mix in a stream where you're just chilling with friends and talking to them and stuff like
I've
that.
actually done those.
I'm sure
I've
you
done
enjoy
those
them
where
more,
where
probably.
I've just gotten a VC. Those are fun. I don't hate doing those. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely I will say I'm trying to definitely the big thing I'm trying to do is try to be seen as a serious content creator.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm definitely still seen as a joke. My channel's seen as a joke all the time.
I think the best
And I
way
will say, like, I'll tell you, remember like last week when I was getting pissed because I was
yeah.
invited to like I was invited basically I got invited to this Minecraft SMP over Twitter and it was just yikes. It was I try not to be a toxic person, but this was pathetic.
Hmm.
All right, this was like I had more subscribers than anybody else there. All right, I had no reason to believe that they were credible at all. The host of the server had like 95 followers on Twitch, not subscribers, followers, and they didn't have a YouTube channel. So I had no reason to believe they were qualified at all. I the I know their Twitch. I look through their Twitch stream. They're just playing Minecraft. Nothing special about it. They're just playing Minecraft. And I ask like, all right. I ask a pretty basic question. Um, what are you guys gonna do to keep? Because they're already like our goal is obviously to start an SMP and then hopefully everyone will stream on it. Hopefully, keyword there. Hopefully everyone will make content out of it and then we can use it to grow mutual views. However, well, there is one thing that the format where you get friends and all start growing together, it's good, but it's flawed.
Because everyone actually has to work together.
Everybody actually has to.
Everyone has to care.
And also, if they all rely on one person going viral and then being able to promote their friends, it's
Which works
it's
if a person goes really viral, but not.
it's not you can't do it with that many small creators.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't it can't in the phase that server would have been in, it would not have worked. Everybody would have posted, they would have gotten a few views, and then nobody would have posted, and then everyone would have got burnt out and not made content. So my question to the owner was, what are you going to do to keep people active? Because I know I've experienced firsthand this where, people have said they're going to make content and then they haven't. And I've also experienced examples of poorly organized servers resulting in bad content, resulting in people not wanting to make content. So that's also one thing. If the server is organized, people are going to make content. But if it's
Hmm.
not, then nobody's just going to want to make a clip out of them just getting griefed. Nobody's going to want that. Nobody wants that to be their channel. People want it to be funny and entertaining. They don't want it to be you know, they don't want to get mad at somebody. They don't
Yeah.
want to be toxic on camera. They don't want to see toxic people. And then they say, stop being so negative. At that point, I almost lost it. That made me think either these people have the willpower of a goddamn wet stick, or they're children.
I didn't know a wet stick was used to describe willpower.
It's used to describe a lack of willpower
Well, yeah.
in this case. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the problem with most SMPs, though. Unless you just have someone who's
Yeah.
like, unless you have a
Everybody's going
community
around
of
making
people who
SMPs
are all
expecting it
content
to be the
creators.
dream SMP.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen.
And
all right?
Unless you have people who are already want to make content.
You know why Hermitcraft has stayed relevant for 7 years?
Because everyone on there has made it their
Or
career.
8 years? Because everybody there is active. Everybody on there is professional to an obviously, you know, they're able to, everyone there is active, everyone there is professional, and everybody there has views, has an audience.
Yeah. And they don't accept people who don't.
Yeah. You don't want to exactly. It's not like Grian has 4 subscribers on YouTube. That was a portion of the channels I saw. Channels that didn't even have that was like a third of the channels in there didn't even have content.
You know what I'm hoping for?
That's a red flag right there. If it's their first form of content, red flag.
You know what I'm hoping for?
What?
And I know this is kind of off topic, and our podcast has been going for like an hour and 10 minutes already, so we're gonna have to stop soon. But
yeah,
I'm hoping that this next season of Hermitcraft, which is supposedly coming soon, season 9. There's one guy
I think it's coming in like a month or so.
There's one guy who I really hope is on there, a new person, and his name is Looney. Basically,
yeah, we've had this conversation. Yeah, he's great.
He would be a great candidate because not only can he build pretty well, and he has experience, but he's also like a really well-known content creator. He has an audience, and he has the ability and drive to produce content all the time. I think he'd be a great fit for it. But the real question is, will he want to? Because right now he's focused on like this hardcore world he's on, I'm pretty sure. And so I'm not sure if he would actually like be down to do that because he's been streaming like 4 days a week on that.
Yeah.
So that would take time off of that. But if he was accepted and he chose to join, I think that would be great.
I agree. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it really just depends on how, you know, because I will say, I've seen Xizumavoid, who's the founder of Hermitcraft. Xizumavoid, Xuma, yeah, him. I've seen interviews. He's like, look, we rarely take in members.
Yeah.
And he says he gets like every year, he's constant, every stream, he gets hundreds of chat messages asking him to join Hermitcraft, and he always says he has the same response: make your own Hermitcraft.
Mm-hmm. But it's not like they don't accept new people. They accept new people every season.
They do, yeah. They do. But he said, look, we look for people. He said we look for active and professional content creators.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, obviously, and they're brought in democratically. They have a democratic process. They're not like, you know, that's usually how a person gets in. Somebody nominates one or two people nominate a creator like every season. And then they put it to a vote amongst everyone in the server who's going to be active that season. And they are like, you know, and if they get like, that's how Grian got in. He was by Mumbo. Mumbo Jumbo put him in as a recommendation. Also, there was just a genuine Grian's fan base had been trying to get him to join, and Grian was like, I'd love to be in, but that's not up to me. And then they brought him in, and it was probably the best thing they could have done.
Yeah. I mean, he's the second most popular person on the server after
Grian
Mumbo.
had like 3 million subscribers at the time.
Yeah.
Which is big.
Yeah, the only person bigger than him is Mumbo.
Yeah, only person. And since then, Grian's sub count has doubled
Yeah. So has basically everyone else is on the server.
Yeah, same thing with Mumbo. So yeah, everybody and it completely changed the environment for the server. And then season 8, more specifically season 6 was big.
Yeah.
Never had a war of that scale where a server event like that where all the hermits had been involved had been pulled off in that way and had been that well organized
Yeah.
ever.
I'm
And
excited to see what happens with the next season.
yeah, and that's also why the Dream SMP, you know why the Dream SMP is losing relevance because people aren't making content on
Yeah,
it.
they're no longer active on
And
that.
that whole format relies on having lots of people making content.
Yeah. Well, I
And
think we're going to need to
yeah,
start to bring this to a close since
I agree. Yeah,
we've been going for a
this
long
is our
time
longest
now,
one yet.
by far, by over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't want to cut you off or anything, but
I understand. Yeah, go for it.
I
Yeah,
think we need to wane this down.
I agree. I've said pretty much all I've needed to say. So
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching, or not watching, but listening to this podcast.
yeah, thank you guys a lot.
And I guess we'll see you next week when hopefully we'll have some more interesting things to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to keep talking for like.
Oh yeah,
an
and I'm
hour.
not saying we didn't have
So,
interesting things to talk about. I mean, like more as an additional interesting things.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Why do I keep saying
Yeah.
fucking watching?
I don't know, man. It's a podcast. It's a podcast.
You're watching
Anyway.
the audio spectrum just move. Anyway, we'll see you guys
What was
later.
that? Yeah.
You,
that's
you
pretty much
always
it.
laugh.
Peace out,
You
fam.
always laugh like that. You either laugh like, or you go like,
Or I legitimately like go hard and I'm like, ha! Ha! Or like that. Like I'm a dying duck.
yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna end. Wait, can you do
Yeah.
your laugh? And I'm just gonna end on your laugh.
Ha!